Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel here. Casper, aka Uselink. On Friday evening, the week has closed for the markets, and we're going to be looking into uranium, our favorite sector of all time. However, in this video, I will try to have my bearish hat on. Long term, I'm very bullish, but short term, we could be in for another leg down for the miners. Again, long term, fantastic. Short term, maybe some pain. So we have a bearish hat on for this take on the video. And yeah, let's dive straight into business here. We have URA with what looks like a bear flag right there. We talked about this last time and the previous week that we could be setting up for a bearish flag right here. If this breaks, it should have a target at roughly $23. And yeah, then we go down here to probably test that support, and then we should hopefully go higher, obviously having an A, B, C correction. So yeah, that's what the URA is looking at right now. URNM, a bit stronger. It's not in a bear flag. However, it's overall in a more of a bull flag coming down here again. So the pure play uranium ETF URNM performs better than URA, which is also solar and some other stuff. But now we are just still bullish consolidation, and I think we could spend at least a week or two in this blue area right here again. And hopefully that's when we shoot up. So again, a bit more downside here, I think, for the URNM as well. Again, if we were to be positive, we need to get back above it as soon as possible here and the long-term white. But for now, we're just consolidating, bullish consolidation. That's fine. We want to stay a step higher, not spike higher and then collapse all the way down. So that's fine. Same thing again here for the URNJ. Blue bull flag in the making. And if we can, just grind it down here, kiss that green one here, we should be going higher. But short term, I think we do have some downside to come again. Again, if we were to be a tiny bit bullish again, you can see maybe some sort of rounding bottom here. That might be the bullish take on it. But yeah, I'm still definitely in the camp that this bull flag needs to mature and have at least one lower low here before we go higher. The U.UN I want to show you. This is this broad physical uranium trust. Very strong at the moment. However, we can see here we are touching the upper trend line of this major rising formation. We made a higher high. Now we're back below again, and we have negative divergence on the RSI. That's typically not a good sign for the U.UN, to be fair. Same thing here again. We have the XLE against the SPY. Here we are. A potential head and shoulders. Again, stop it. We want to see this golden trend line hold. If not, then we could be visiting the neckline, and then we will see what happens. But that is the bearish take right now here for our beloved XLE against the SPX. So let's see. We are also very short term, some possible almost double top scenario here. So let's see where we will go for this ratio. Same thing here, XLE against the URNM. We want this one to go down. And yeah, this one is actually according to plan. We had the retrace in as we drawn here when we were at these lows. Now we're rolling over again, possibly. So that one looks actually all right. The URNM against the spot price. We are just grinding lower. The URNM just can't seem to catch a bit at this moment in time. Definitely not against a rising spot price. So we are just getting below this long-term golden. Not ideal at all. We also came below the blue neckline here. Not ideal. None of the major supports are holding. So now we have to put our trust into this falling formation here. And we now have 1, 2. So we might need a third lower low. Maybe this is actually a third. So we actually have the third already. So we need to rely on this one here to go to the upside. But for now, it's just the miners can't seem to get a bid. And if we get that third leg down, for URA and URNM, yeah, this could spill. But let's see what happens. Same thing here again for our beloved URA against the spot price, fake out here of the long-term golden. We were happy. Rising wedge, broken to the downside, and now we're just pounding on that lower trend line of that falling wedge. Yeah, and which is also where we want to have to hold, obviously. Otherwise, we could be in for some sort of spill here before any surprise to the upside. It sounds very bearish, obviously. Long term, it's a different take, but short term, we need to have our, as good as we can, our non-biased opinion on things. URA against the CRBs, blue bull flag here though, so that's still in the making. And at some point in time, this one should resolve higher. We have now 1, 2, 3. We might make a 3 low here and then we move. So again, this will happen in mid-November. So we have like 2 weeks of trading where it looks like we will not outperform the CRBs. And if and when we do, that's when we take out the upper trend line of this blue bull flag right there. There it is. So against the URA, we did have that big breakout here again. And now we have the big move down here. So if this is, it could be going like this, and then we will break out again, long-term blue bull flag. And we really need to get above these highs here to any bullishness in the short term, obviously. Remember, this is short term, like a month, 2 weeks, a month, 6 weeks. That's what we're looking at right now. So, and ideally, we want to have these highs to hold. Again, we could go all the way down here, and then we break higher. Worst case, a big retest of that long-term golden trend line, which would be just according to what you see very often. Again, it's not nice, but that's when you will get a second entry. If we get all the way down here, which will be a 10%, 15% drop in that ratio. Same thing here again for the URA. Again, we have our negative glasses on. So there's also some bullish takes, but I'll focus on the negative. I'm sorry. I hope that's okay with you guys, just to show you what could happen short term here again. We check this white trend line here, which goes way back actually. We see it here, very, very well defined. And when and if we get above, I think we will, but not now. We could shoot big time in relation to the Nasdaq. But if we were to do a measured move from this one here, we could actually be going all the way down to here again. The alignment with our base down here makes total sense. You can see here we have our base, in this vicinity. I will actually put it right there. And so this measured move makes sense to go all the way down here for that ABC correction. And then we should start to grind upwards once again. But then you need to spend November in a bit more pain. It is what it is. Bitcoin here again, not performing great today, but the URA performed worse. But long term here, you can see here again, I was very excited that maybe we could break it here. But again, we are keeping going down here, and we're actually getting a tiny bit below, depending on how you draw the trend line. Maybe you should put it something around there. You have the connection. Maybe that's better, but still big weekly red candle. And if we see that spill here again, then Bitcoin will outperform URA. Again, really, and has done that for 10 years. So what we have here, the uranium spot price, we're at the Fukushima highs. Again, major resistance. And I do also looking at the U.UN, we had this negative divergence. So maybe we are going to see that pullback that we have discussed that could go all the way down to 62. So a roughly $10, $12 drop for the spot price. Maybe, but again, you can see we have the weekly close above. So there are something working for us, but still with negative glasses, I still think we can have that big retest. And then we have our big move after that. I'm welcoming, short term, I don't like it, but long term, I actually do like that big retest confirming the major breakout from the Fukushima highs, and then we go higher. The range spot price against silver. Silver and gold has done insanely well, and especially gold has done some amazing move, closing above 2K today, I think. Let me just check here. Yep, $6 above 2K. Very big psychological level, and this could be the move for gold. If that happens, gold, I think right here, short term will outperform the Iranian spot price because it has done so well lately that it needs to rest. So if we get that pullback down to $62 for the Iranian spot price while gold goes higher, you could see some big moves down here again in favor of gold. Excuse me, this is silver, but you can see some big moves down here in favor of silver. Same thing for gold. We just have a bit slanted neckline here. We could see that full retest, you know, for this ratio in favor of gold here for the next month or two. But then again, then the probabilities are that we are going higher from there, leaving such a long-term bottoming, 10-year long bottoming pattern here. Has tons of validity, but again, nothing goes in a straight line. So this was uranium, the uranium market, with our negative bias, with our negative thoughts on this. Again, you know, long term, I'm an amazing bull, but short term, I could see some pain ahead for November. During November, we could see some pain. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But with that said, again, thank you for tuning in. And have a great one, guys. And if you agree, disagree with this, you know, I had a negative mindset in this one here. Do you like it? You don't like it? I mean, I think it's important to look at both sides of the coin to keep you sane, let's say, or to keep it real. So yeah, it is what it is. Have a great one, guys, and we will see you in the next one, hopefully. Cheers.